In this video, we're actually going to look at using Photoshop instead of Premiere for doing our graphics. So I do have Photoshop open, so I'm going to go to that, and let's look at what we need to start off with. Now, one of the things that you want to be aware of when you're starting off with creating graphics for video is to make sure that you use the right presets for your video. So I'm going to go to Film and Video Presets, and you'll see that we have the NTSC DV, and we have a lot of different ones: NTSC DV widescreen, NTSC DV square pixel. I'm going to be using the DV, which is the standard definition DV with 720 by 480. You'll see that we've got all the other stuff already set, and it's also doing pixel aspect ratio correction for us. Let's click OK. And it says that it's turning on the preview for us, and we can turn it off from maximum control. We change that under View, and you'll see that it actually will change the size of our graphic. And that's important that you do turn it on, leave it on the way it is here, because that way you're seeing text correctly. Now, when you're dealing with your images to begin with, you want to make sure that the images that you find are larger than you need. This is an image of India, which is kind of cool. I'm going to use this for my opening graphic. The problem with this image right now is it's a lot larger than what I need. That actually could be a benefit, because it means that we could actually animate with it. But I'm going to go ahead and scale it down a little bit. So I've done the free transform, and I'm using the free transform tool to scale it a little bit and kind of get it set the way I want. Now, the background element I don't need. I'll use this here. I'll call it a temple because I can't remember if that's the Taj Mahal or not. And I'm going to do a couple other items in here. I might create some sort of maybe horizontal rule or something that goes across. I'm going to do it by creating some sort of just filled rectangle. Maybe I should make it a color. And you can grab colors from the sky or something that you have in there, and that can kind of be helpful because it creates a little bit more interest when you keep it in the same family. You might change it around a little bit, but it is kind of nice when you have colors that work well together. Now, with this particular item, you can do things like add drop shadows. I'm going to do this just for effect. I'm also going to name this the bar and take its alpha down. That is definitely not the most interesting graphic I could have ever come up with, but I don't know if it really matters. Might limit part of it. Maybe make it a different color, because that's just not working for me. Alright, there. Now at least I can see it. That works for me. My drop shadow, distance, no distance. I'm just going to make it kind of large and wide. Now I'm going to do some travel to India text in here. One of the things you want to remember about text when you're creating in Photoshop for video is that text needs to be pretty large, and you need to keep the text inside your title safe area. So you pretty much want your text as big as you can get it. And still have it be legible. So this is a really, really cheesy title. Just travels to India right there. But let's go ahead and save our Photoshop document. That way we can have it. It's got our 3 layers, travels, bar, and temple. And we'll save this and bring it into Premiere in a second.